Hello, folks. On a Thursday, I'm meteorologist Tom Kvick. I'm going to talk a little weather with you. An important weekend coming up, as well as into early next week with Valentine's, Fat Tuesday, and in between Washington's birthday. Let's check out Rapides Hospital. I think those folks for this count. Just a few clouds, mostly fair skies right now. Red River behaving itself there continues to do so. Gina, 63 degrees there in LaSalle Parish. Dew point 59. Probably be a little fog in places. And still some clouds. We'll call it partly cloudy there over Gina. And hello to all you folks. Radar not showing any rain, as you know, here across the area. I had a little bit yesterday. I think my 30% certainly verified yesterday with a low amounts, decent coverage day. TAMCO brings us this radar, but nothing to see yet. I think we'll have to wait probably till Saturday, although there's an outside chance of a 10% tomorrow. All the energy in the Pacific is heading this way as we see this weather system boiling off the coast of Southern California and Baja. We'll be moving this way for the weekend and will be impactful. Okay, so Futurecast, we'll check out the details on that weekend in just a bit. For this evening, Friday entertainment, Thursday entertainment, I'm sorry, no issues for you or shopping, errands, that kind of thing. Once we get into Friday morning, we've got a forecast. It could include some patchy fog in places, and it will be a little bit warmer than it was Thursday morning, but still kind of a damp coolness to the air. No issues for your Friday evening commute back home. And then once going into Saturday morning, this is for parades or something like that, children's parades, those type of events and festivities. Grocery shopping, throw that in there as well. I think we're okay. Rain pretty much is going to hold off, I think, Saturday morning, but quickly in the afternoon it will come into our western parishes crossing the Sabine River. The cause for the changes in the forecast for your weekend here, Valentine's weekend here, will be this energy coming out of the Pacific right now. I'm tracking at Saturday midday right there across New Mexico, northern Mexico, and West Texas, and into the plains. Remember, this is energy that changes weather. As this energy approaches central Louisiana, it will be lifting the atmosphere, causing the surface pressure to fall across a large area of this part of the country. Higher pressure remains in the Gulf of Mexico, so that creates a pressure difference. Wind will blow from the high pressure to the low pressure, so that means the Gulf opens up in response to this system, and that is where we're going to add some moisture. The energy will continue to head through Texas Saturday evening by 11 p.m. This model's got it in East Texas with a lead piece there along the Sabine River Valley, and then you can see the main slug of energy passes overnight Sunday, and by time we get into late Sunday afternoon, evening, it's all east of us. Things settle down, but we have a lot more energy off to the west. Let's clock this and see what it's going to do. I'll just let this play, but you get the idea that most of this is staying to the north of us, okay? But this system right here is large enough that the lift and the surface pressure falls that it will perhaps extend as far south as Louisiana, but in a very limited form. But the bottom line with it is it will create still a little bit of an onshore flow, and this type of pattern is usually pretty warm here in central Louisiana. So we got the details in your 7-day numbers. Let's say a little bit about the severe weather risk Saturday and Saturday night. The good news remains, as I had yesterday, Storm Prediction Center pretty much did as I expected. So I'm going to pretty much keep this forecast same as I had yesterday. The good news is that all the bars are low. Okay, so overall it's low, limited, very low flood threat. The wind will be the most common mode of severe weather if it happens, and then hail and a couple of tornadoes can't be ruled out with the strong low-level winds and some shear, as we call it, in the wind field. All right, so a little bit more details. PM Saturday and overnight looks like the main event. The pattern will be the feature aloft. There will be a surface cold front attached to it, but that front will not be tapping cold air. A few supercells in the warm sector if you're going to be watching radars. Possible QLCS, that is a quasi-linear convective system. Think of it, and this is the best way to think of it, is just a wavy squall line. But in those little waves in that squall line, we can get little spin ups that can produce small and weak tornadoes there, and certainly supercells can produce tornadoes as well. So that's where my tornado threat is coming from in this, although very limited. So had to get to the small print here. Got a lot to say. The threat level is marginal, a 1 out of 5 from the Storm Prediction Center. That was kind of my thought yesterday. That at least we'll start with that. It will be limited in number. Okay, this is why it's not going up higher to a 3 or 4 out of 5. The numbers of storms will be limited. The coverage, aerial coverage of the storm will be limited. The severity is limited. There's not any enhanced events, meaning larger than golf ball size hail, EF2 or stronger tornadoes, or winds from thunderstorms that would reach hurricane force. Okay, you don't see that, and or duration. So any one of these points or some combination thereof, if they're present, as far as we evaluate the environment and we see this, we'll usually give it a lower end 1 or 2. Okay, now the main limiting factor is instability, the juice that supplies energy to the updraft of the parent thunderstorms or the quasi-linear band, okay, the QLCS. Whatever is feeding that energy, okay, that juice that it's feeding off of, the quality amount of that is very important. So this situation looks like it will be weak as far as the instability is concerned. If it overachieves and the instability is more than we expect, you can see this number probably go up to a 2 out of 5, okay? All right, so that's what we're looking at right now. Instability should limit this situation. Most common mode will be the wind. As I indicated, hail and a few tornadoes can't be ruled out. We will also get a beneficial rain out of this. Common amounts that I see, about a 1/2 inch to 2 inches, and we can certainly use that. So monitor your weather sources for further updates. All right, let's go to the 7-day numbers then. Some patchy fog possible for your Friday, 54, 77, a warm day. Somebody will hit 80. We go into Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's here for you 2 days early. 80% chance of rain and thunderstorms, mostly coming in the PM hours. Overnight, it's 100%, so that gives you a window of time where we can expect the rain, most of the rain and the severe weather potential. Front will come through. It'll be a breezy day Sunday behind that front with gusts maybe 25 miles an hour out of the northwest. I'm keeping that early morning rain chance Sunday. That's for the early morning. I think things are over with by church time. We should stay in the 60s for the day Sunday, even though that's a front of western origin instead of Arctic origin or Canadian origin. It will hold temperatures down with some of these clouds. Monday, we bottom out mid-40s, okay, Pacific and western United States origin to the air mass, not a freeze. We start to have another cool morning for Fat Tuesday, and there's absolutely no issues for Monday, Tuesday next week statewide. Okay, so we get a break there. And then going into Wednesday, Thursday, that really warm pattern takes over with those southerly breezes, partly sunny skies at day, mostly cloudy at night. And you see minimum temperatures creeping up as we get a little moisture each day and highs hanging out around 70, upper 70s to lower 80s those days. I think you're going to have a case, if you haven't already had it, you'll have a case of spring fever by then. Okay, I'm through. Nick Mikulas is back with you in the morning, and I'll be back in the PM hours and in the forecast center, and hope